to let Travis Williams start this matchup.
Yes, willing to hang out and wait. And Macklin gesturing to Alexander, step into the ring and face me.
Look, Alexander is a leader.
Oh!
And what better way to lead than let your students, let those you've brought under your wing learn from experience.
In the military, they would have called what Williams and Icarus are bullet magnets. I believe that's what Alexander is using right now. Up against Steve Maclin. My God!
And again, Macklin disposing of the Northern Armory, but keeping his eyes on Josh Alexander.
I still can't get over the effort Macklin put forward at Bound for Glory. Josh Alexander behind the referee's back managed to zip tie Macklin, and Macklin was relentless. He nearly won the match with both his hands tied behind his back. Gresham has tagged himself in. You can see Macklin thinking for a moment of going after Alexander, but the referee made sure he returned to his corner.
Doesn't want to get this match thrown out once. If he can, he wants to beat Josh Alexander. He wants to pin him in the center of the ring if he can.
A tag made, in comes Eric Young, who's not forgotten about what the Northern Armory did to him. Trying to smash up his knee, put him on the shelf for a number of weeks.
Put him on the shelf, and you never know. If it was bad enough, they could have taken Eli out for good, but the world-class Maniac, it's going to take, as we've learned, a lot more than that to kill him.
Young and Macklin have worked very well together over the last few months. There's the cover and a kick out. It was Young who tried to get through to Steve Macklin, trying to make sure that he sees the error of his ways, and it seems like Macklin and Young are on the same page.
Developed a bit of a mutual respect over the last several weeks. Great move there from Travis Williams, though.
And Williams protecting his tag team partner, Icarus, and Alexander grabbing a hold of Macklin from behind. And now Alexander directing the official to get Gresham and Young out of the ring.
Hey, look, we all want it, as long as everybody follows the rules here. He's just trying to maintain some order. And now it is the walking weapon who gets a chance to get his hands on Macklin yet again.
Shot right to the midsection there by Macklin.
Macklin, who, to your point now, as you mentioned earlier, now has two free hands.
Cover. Northern Light suplex and a kick out. This six-man tag team matchup is just getting warmed up. It continues picture in picture.
And Josh Alexander here targeting the arm of Steve Macklin. Inflicting a lot of punishment, getting Macklin cut off from his tag team partners.
Frequent tags here made by the Northern Armory. Williams and Icarus, plenty of experience as a duo, as a tag team for a number of years on the independent scene. You can see that fluidity right now.
Great familiarity there now, covering Macklin. Not even giving him a one count there, defiant to the bitter end. Pretty much defines the career of Steve Macklin.
Controlling that left arm of Macklin. Tag made, Josh Alexander waiting for vulnerable moments only to tag in and face Macklin.
That's called strategy. Again, that's a leader.
That's called a coward, is what it is.
It's called calculated. You can have whatever word you want for it. It's effective. And especially you start obliterating that left arm of Macklin. That makes things like the KIA a lot more ineffective.
Back elbow there. See that smile on Josh Alexander's face ever since he low-blowed Joe Hendry in the main event of Slammiversary this past summer. He's just been putting all of his frustrations on the fans, blaming the fans for any of his shortcomings here in TNA.
He's tired of being a sycophant. Playing to those people, trying to play to their will, bend to their will, be the blue chipper he had to be for them, for this company, for other people. No, now Josh Alexander operates for Josh Alexander and the Northern Armory.
Kick out at one there off the PK. Icarus legal in against Macklin. And
what an opportunity for Icarus and Williams to learn under the wing of the longest reigning TNA World Champion of all time.
Knee right to the midsection. Tag made by Williams. It appears to me and many that Alexander recruited Icarus and Williams. He sees their incredible athletic ability, sure,
Absolutely.
but he also saw willing minds, two people who admired him and were willing to do whatever he says. And you have to admit that what Williams and Icarus have done has been completely out of character. The way they've attacked Eric Young, the way they zip-tied Steve Maclin backstage and assaulted him while Josh Alexander was having a match with Eric Young.
To me, everything you described just seems to describe what I would call a soldier. That's something Steve Maclin knows a hell of a lot about.
And a snap suplex there by Williams. Here's the cover. Hook to the leg and a kick out. Macklin's in trouble right now. And we are back here on TNA Impact in Fayetteville, North Carolina. This six-man tag team match continues. The team of Eric Young, Jonathan Gresham, and Steve Maclin up against the Northern Armory. And right now it's Travis Williams, who was having his way with Steve Maclin.
Maclin finding an answer for him, though. Maclin has been in a bad way, being isolated in the corner of the Northern Armory all throughout the break. Looking for a moment to escape here.
Alexander saying finish him. Oh, and the psycho knee there by Maclin. Alexander has tried to put obstacle after obstacle in the way of Maclin so that the former TNA World Champion can't get to Alexander.
Well, now, Steve Maclin wants to get to Eric Young, and he does so.
And this is something Young has been looking forward to as well. We talked about it before the break. The Northern Armory tried to end Eric Young's career, tried to destroy his name a number of weeks ago, put him on the shelf, didn't return until Bound for Glory.
And now, look at this. Back and forth, EY and Alexander.
Uh-oh. Trying to set it up, going for it. Yes, the Youngblood neck breaker.
That's huge.
Oh, Alexander kicked out at 2.
We gotta take another look at this. Young with the Youngblood neck breaker here. Absolutely planting the walking weapon.
Young going deep into the playbook, takes shots at Icarus and Williams, but that opened the door for Josh Alexander.
Not a question of it, but how many can the walking weapon string together here?
Back elbow there, now tag made. In comes Jonathan Gresham, who had a fantastic matchup against Josh Alexander before Bound for Glory, has wanted to get back in there and tangle with a walking weapon and prove how good the octopus really is.
See, and this is exactly why Josh Alexander has employed the Northern Armory. He's got people like this, all these people coming out of the woodwork to fight him, and look at this exchange here.
Gresham and Icarus going to war. Oh, look at Gresham pop back up. Enziguri by Gresham.
The resilience of the octopus.
Standing switches here. Well, down goes Gresham. Oh, and a PK there by Icarus. Oh! Great move there by Icarus. Here's the cover, hook to the leg, and a kick out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word from Santino Marella that based off of what happened earlier on tonight backstage, he has signed the Hardys, the TNA World Tag Team Champions, and Ace Austin against Trent Seven, Jake Something, and Hammerstone for next week here on Impact.
That's a huge matchup. I mean, as is the one we're watching right now. The action does not stop here in TNA.
Trying to set up Gresham there for up in the clouds. Face first into the middle turnbuckle goes Williams.
Gresham fighting 2-on-1 here. Look at this.
This is dizzying if you're Jonathan Gresham. Facing 2-on-1. Close quarters. Icarus and Williams win that exchange. The numbers were too much. Covered. Oh, and Gresham gets the shoulder up in time.
There's only so much dipping and diving you can do. Icarus was ready to dive in there and assist, and now all three members of the Northern Armory ready to do work.
And now Josh Alexander has the ring all to himself, calling for the C4 spike. Oh, and now Young got a hold of Icarus. Macklin got Williams. Gresham, he might pin Alexander. Oh, and a kick out.
That would have been huge.
Gresham able to sling Alexander opposite side, takes out the knee. A lot of intensity tonight from Jonathan Gresham.
Gresham's got the walking weapon down, but not for long.
Oh, look at this. Icarus dives in and takes out the footing of Gresham.
Incredible athleticism. There's Williams. And following up is the walking weapon.
The Northern Armory displaying the entire arsenal tonight. Oh, now trying to set up. They call this sudden silence.
Good night, Jonathan Gresham.
Cover. Alexander trying to score the win for the Northern Armory. Macklin broke it up.
Incredible timing from Macklin, who has his laser sights right onto the walking weapon.
And Josh Alexander running for his life, trying to get away from Macklin. Williams and Icarus intercept.
Alexander just led Macklin right into a trap there.
Alexander was running from the fight against Steve Maclin.
It's a strategy, Tom. Open your eyes.
Incredible action here still to come tonight. The TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth will face Brian Myers of the System. Meanwhile, Ryan Nemeth is going to go one-on-one with Joe Hendry, and also Rosemary will be in action right here on TNA Impact. That is still to come.
And now Eric Young. There's the Death Valley driver he wanted before.
And now Young trying to set up Macklin as they've done in the past as a tag team. Tag made.
Alexander hung up.
Going for caught in the crosshairs. And now Young's going up for the elbow drop as they've done in the past, but Macklin's overcome.
He is absolutely incensed here.
Macklin was putting his hands on Alexander. Didn't want anybody getting in the way of that. Oh, and Young protected Macklin.
I mean, look, they have each other's back, but Macklin's seeing red here.
Macklin can't help himself, assaulting Josh Alexander.
No reasoning with him. Gresham and Young trying to save the matchup here. Macklin is just unloading on Josh Alexander here.
Oh, now Gresham protected Young. Young was just trying to help out Macklin. Oh, and Young accidentally bounced off the apron. Oh, and a straight right hand. Alexander caught Macklin, but he wasn't looking. The C4 spike. The Northern Armory gets the victory.
Here are your winners, the Northern Armory.
Josh Alexander knew exactly what he was doing, driving Macklin into Eric Young. That's what happens when a great plan comes together.
At every turn, Josh Alexander ran from the fight one-on-one against Steve Maclin. The Northern Armory standing tall tonight on TNA Impact.